Hello, how you doing? This is the last occasion that I'm going to talk to you in this year of 2022. And then I wish you a great closure of this year and a great opening of next year. So this is what we are focusing right now. But in the Jewish calendar, we find that this period is the month of Tevet. It's one of the negative months, meaning that there's so much pressure, so much things going on. We need to overcome. There is a lot of opportunity, but it's not coming in an easy way to get to these bonuses. And till the fast of the 10th of Tevet, we need to refrain from like doing things and hopefully after that all things are going to be easier. Okay, so right now it's a period to do concentrate and about the last year and to contemplate what we were doing all this period, so hopefully opening a new page after the fast. And in this weekly portion that what we're going to read on the Shabbat occasion, this is the Vayigash portion. So we are going forward the end of the first book of the Torah. And in that, what we are going to concentrate, what was the idea that Joseph wanted to tell the Egyptians to do, and how what is mazalah, and how we are going to and how the Torah when the Torah was given, things change and why. Okay, so this is going to be today's session, and it's starting with the famine that it's at that time in Egypt was, and therefore people were turning to Joseph, that he was second in command that to give them food, to provide them food. So Joseph is for the Sephira of Yesod, of sustenance, and therefore like people turning to him. Okay, and the sentence that we are going to deal in detail, it is Heilachem Zera. Okay, and ויאמר יוסף אל העם, הן קניתי אתכם היום ואת אדמתכם לפרעה, הלכם זרע וזרעתכם את האדמה. Then Joseph said unto the people, Behold, I have bought you this day, and your land for Pharaoh, lo heresy for you, and ye shall show the land. And then and according to Rashi, what it says, that they couldn't provide any food till if they would be doing the Brit Milah. Okay, so what you cannot force people basically to do the Brit Milah, and it shouldn't sound so fair if people don't have the Brit Milah, why they couldn't eat. What does it mean? What is the relation? And the answer is in two types. One is the Arizal, that it says that Joseph was given the seed to the Egyptian for a Brit Milah, so therefore Joseph helped them that when the Jews are going to be there in Egypt later on in the story, and then they have this hardness in the work, so that would be that it would make sure that they want to get out of Egypt. So they want to see that it will be such a hardness to work there that no one would like to stay there. Okay, because in other terms it wouldn't be such a hard. I think many people like stuck in certain situation and they proceed so far till they move on. Okay, so Joseph want to make sure that in Egypt the fate of Jews will end in certain days, so they will have this hardness over there at that time. Because otherwise, if they were remaining, could be the assimilation would be a certain would be going on in Egypt, right? So he didn't want it. So therefore, he in his forcing these things that is happening. This is what he made. The other explanation says that Hela Hamzera, it is so we have the letter Hey. The Hey could be meaning children. Okay, because there is a relation with the feminine aspect and fertility with the letter Hey. Okay, most of the female names we do find Hey. Okay, when we have in the story of Abraham and Sarah, so before they had a name change, they had different name, Avram and Sarai, right? They didn't have a Hey in their name. So after the name change, that it was given this opportunity. So it was after a certain procedure they made this name change, and that what meant that Sarah could be conceived, and the later on Yitzhak was born. Okay, so this was the opportunity of the that it's happened in their name. So they made a name change, and in that they had a baby boy. So the question is, so why was it so bad that Joseph gave like physical and spiritual food for the Egyptians, right? The physical would be meaning the wheat, okay, that they were keeping in big storage places. And the other one is the Brit Milah, is the spiritual one, okay? So, and if you recall, like the Sephira of Yesod, it is connecting the upper spheres and the Malchut. So this is a certain connection that connects from the upper realms to the lower one. Okay, so what we know that the Jewish nation is the Am Segula, is the chosen nation, and therefore later on they will receive the Torah. Okay, in the Torah it includes all these precepts, the mitzvot 613. Okay, that it will be kept by the Jewish nation, because they wanted to receive Naaseh v'Nishma, they wanted to have the Torah. Okay, and before I told you that we have a Hey in the name, Hey Lechem Zera, that the woman, it's helping to get this feminine aspect to get conceived. So it's sometimes it's good to have in your name if you want, if you have certain hardness in this occasional. Otherwise, today it's talk to a rabbi. And but we find different names that they don't have the Hey in their names. Okay, and they could bear children without this Hey. And also you could be implanting a Hey in your name and you wouldn't be conceiving. So where is the truth? The Zohar tells us before the Jewish nation was receiving the Torah, that all things was depending on the mazalah. Okay, mazalah, it's a name for including Hayim, Banim, v'Mezonot. So the sustenance, Banim, it's the children, and Mezonot, so life. Hayim, it's life. Banim, it's the children, and Mezonot, it's the food. But after the Torah was given, things changed. So our destiny didn't depend on the mazalah. So what is the hay symbolizing? Okay, if it's not that. The Hey Lachem Zera, in other terms, it is telling us, hey, it is the five books of the Torah. Okay, so through the books of the Torah, the blessing will be placed on the Jewish nation, meaning that all the effects of the stars we could be overwrite if we are using the vessels of the Torah, we are learning the Torah, okay, and we are implanting in our life, okay, we could make overcome these challenges that we have in our could be having in our chart, okay. How, when, this is everyone doing for themselves. So considering that Sarah was living before the Torah was given, okay, therefore her destiny was totally up to the mazalah. So she had to implant in her name the hay, and also Joseph was living before the Torah. So therefore, he made the decision that people have to make the Brit Milah. So it's a different story. So therefore, these people that were doing the Brit Milah themselves, they were raising up their spiritual level. So this was the kind of action that he was doing, so to perform to change certain destiny. Okay, besides the Torah was not there at that point, not available in that physicality that we know today. So so later on, when the Torah was given, things were totally different. Okay, we have this opportunity to learn from the Torah and to achieve different spiritual levels through the wisdom of the Torah. Okay, so here we have to use, also we have to listen the weekly portion. That's what we are going to be hearing in synagogues. So I wish you this great week of listening Vayigash portion, and see you next week. Thank you.